excited they're already going for the Ernie.
I like the aggression to start. Haven't seen a lot of Alex Truon play, so interesting to see. Yeah, I had a feeling Kylie was going to call that serve. That is looking a little high.
Yeah, there's been a lot of calls this tournament. I'm interested to know what the US players feel about that, because are they getting called the same in the US, or is it the Australian refs not giving them that preferential treatment that they might be used to?
I wonder if there's different serving rules or just sort of a different acceptable height. Because I've seen the same book. I've seen a lot of the U.S. players called on their serves, and players that I haven't seen called in the past on their serves.
Danny in that last point showing off her table tennis skills. So as I've been told, she's an excellent table tennis player. And we're seeing her have those quick hands and always being ready. When that ball comes to her fast, she is never phased.
Good inside out there from Alex. Yeah, very, very proficient table tennis player, Danielle Townsend. Still coaches a lot of young kids, and you can see it when she can get creative with that kitchen line off both sides, the forehand and backhand.
And a nice come on there from Danny. She likes to get fired up on court, doesn't she? I think that's exactly what we're looking for in this sport, especially on the Australian scene. We need characters to get fired up and get the crowd going.
I think particularly in a match like this, maybe you're not favored. Jessie's just come off a very tough 5-set battle in the mixed final. So this might be an opportunity for the girls to be strong early and take advantage of Jessie's body maybe being a little down.
Wow. Not the first time I've seen Jessie do a smash cross court, but it is the first time I've seen her do a backhand smash cross court. Very powerful player.
Was on the receiving end of a few of those forehands yesterday in the mixed, and it comes off hot off her paddle.
Wow. Wow, very, very tough ball there to play. Jessie did a great job to keep it low. So what do our Aussie girls need to do here, George, to get in the game? They haven't made it onto the scoreboard yet.
First thing is getting the ball back here to serve. Danny reaching in and trying to be aggressive on the fourth is good there, but yeah, both the American girls look to be very aggressive out of the air moving forward, so they need to get the ball bouncing at the
to be maybe around 70 to 60% pace, which can be deceptive when you think that ball's about to come at you hot. It's almost you don't hit the ball back as well because you're surprised that it comes off a little bit slower.
Yeah, maybe she's just baiting in to try and sort of set up that next ball, get the player trying to counter a little early.
Yeah.
Let's look out for it. What I will say about Jessie, though, is she absolutely smacks the serve, the drive, the return. So heavy.
The one concurring theme that stands out about the US players versus the Australians in most of the matches I've seen is that you just get nothing from free. Tough. Amelia coming over to cover Danny there, but Danny did hold her ground in the end, which left Amelia a little bit out of place.
Yeah, love to see the Aussie girls get the ball back here. Quick hands, and what we have seen, Vuk, so far is see Danielle Townsend on the right here, but she's stacking onto the left, so it looks like they're going to stay here, but it looks like plan A was to have Danny on the right. They've quickly changed that.
That cross-court smash once again. Lobbing has been a very, very common tactic I've seen implemented a lot. How have you found lobbing in your matches?
Look, I like to hope that players don't lob me because I'm, 6'2", pushing 6'3", and can get up there. But it's something I've been trying to add to my game a little bit. I think, we're playing indoors here, so you can really control the ball.
Clemens and Ekaterina, Proton and Nicholas, please. 4-6.
What a point, huh?
Very tough point by the Americans, just giving absolutely nothing to the Aussies there. And they're not playing bad.
I think the same, Vuk. I think the American girls have just come out and haven't put a foot wrong as the refs are trying to get the ball, which is under my feet apparently.
Found that table tennis archetype, which is very, very different. So must be tough for girls to come up against her, not usually getting what they might be used to.
Yeah, it's very eye-catching when you see Danny play. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
great counter.
And just what we were talking
Stare
about
down
there.
too.
Just what we were talking about there with the table tennis hands. It's a very table tennis-y flick. You don't see the tennis players doing that as often.
No.
They'll usually have a bigger swing at it.
Right on cue. And this is good for the girls here. You know, it's 0-9. Game's not gone, but it's not looking good. Let's use these points on serve to figure out what might work in game 2.
Oh, interesting discussion here. Now, I doubt that the ball would have distracted our Aussie girls much there, considering how good the shot by the American girls was. But the rules are the rules, and we have to have a replay there. But as you were mentioning, this would be a great chance for the Aussie girls to rack up some points so they can go into the next set feeling confident, like we can do this. A little bit more luck for the Aussies.
Yeah, and I think that's going to upset Jessie a little bit
Jessie
here.
is not happy,
No.
but she does seem like the type of player to use that to play better.
Totally agree. And she's got the scoreboard on her side right now. So it's three third shot drives in a row from Danny now. 3 out of 3 in points won. I wonder if that's a deliberate strategy or the depth of return from the Americans is forcing it.
Oof. Great firefight. And Alex does a fist pump to cement how good she feels about winning that point, breaking the rhythm of the Australians.
Yeah, and I think this third shot drive is a plan. So that's 4 in a row, 1 from Amelia too.
Tough. One thing I noticed from the Aussies when coming up against the Americans, when both teams are creeping up to that kitchen line and get up, the Aussies always tend to be a foot or two back, whereas the Americans are really treading on that kitchen line. So I think the presence of the Americans is also quite intimidating because you know you're never going to get an easy shot coming off their racket.
Oh, and I love that combo there from Danny.
Phenomenal. They're really working their way back in. I mean, it's been a while since Jessie and Alex have scored a point here.
Yeah, you know, we got the ball back, 3-9.
Tough.
That second counter from Alex there is so heavy. Like you say, she's swinging through that with 2 hands and just beat Danny for pace.
And she's not shying away and backing up either. I mean, I thought Amelia did a great job to speed up from a little bit further back to react for the next one. But yeah, just Alex really ready, reading it off her paddle, almost starting her swing before the ball has even left Amelia's racket. All right, set point down here for the Aussies. Can they stay in?
If I'm them, I want to get the ball back to serve one more time. That's a drive from Jessie. It's heavy.
Very tough.
Try not to be biased here in the commentary book, but
Hey, I'm Ben Johns, and I've got quick hands.
I'm Pickleball, and I like to hit hard.
I'm Anna Bright, and I like to speed it up.
I'm Colin Johns, and I have fast reflexes.
You might want these.
You know what? You're gonna need these.
You're gonna need these.
You're gonna need these. Actually, no, these are mine. Go get your own.
Momentum they got in the first set when they started coming back. Let's see how they start off with.
Time in game 2, 0-0-2.
Danny's going to look to be aggressive off the bounce on that back end. We saw it work a couple of times in game 1. That ball probably not there.
That's the one thing we haven't seen from Alex and Jesse is missing a dink to give that point away. And I think that's where the experience comes into play. They must be doing so many of those shots in practice that it's just borderline impossible for them to miss it.
Man, that's excellent point construction from Danny. But the American girls have just found a way to get a ball back.
But, you know, that's very promising. That's a good way to start this second game off, to have a longer point and to miss the ball on your racket rather than either, you know, making a mistake where you're being pressured or being put away. Even that point, you know, I'd rather them miss it on their own terms than be forced into an error or make a complete unforced error.
I know. They got to keep the body language positive here, right in this match. You know, take those. Take those when they come, huh?
Definitely a little lucky there, but I don't know how I feel about Amelia constantly going at Alex. You know, she's not getting much from her.
No, I don't love that cross-court speed up.
Oh, a little bit of a tough bounce there.
That one's stayed low. Bit of a fifth-day wicket here. PPA Australia Open.
0-1-1. Second server.
Oh, bad bounce for the Americans. Turns into a bad bounce for the Aussies. So
1-1.
all the players are playing on the same court. You know.
0-1-2.
Defensively, Alex has looked fantastic.
Yeah, look, I think if you're going to drive the ball as the Aussies here, you have to go for the middle of the body or out of reach. I think anything within their reach is just going to come back strong and be very, very difficult to deal with. That's what we've seen so far, at least. Much better point from the Aussies, forcing the US team to speed it up. And again, we see that 70% pace speed up from Jesse.
You're right.
A little bit too much work on the drop shot, but she got away with it.
Difficult to win a point on serve here early in the second. We'll see which team can get on a little run here. Bit of a conference between the Aussie girls there.
And we got Danny back on the left. So yeah, Aussie girls just trying numerous different strategies to try and get themselves in the game here. Alex trying to get Danny back with a little softer shot, but ends up missing it. And the Aussie girls are having a tie game here. Much better than the first set.
1-1-1.
Phenomenal shot there by the Aussies. You know, they're really showing their stuff here at the Proton Australia Pickleball Open. It's it's amazing to see that the Aussies, with much, much less time playing the sport, are still able to be competitive with the players who have essentially built the game up from the ground up.
It's been a real theme of the weekend, and I think Championship Sunday here, it's great to have an Aussie and Summer Delabonna in the women's singles final, but these girls as well in the bronze medal women's doubles match, which we have now. I think the bronze of the women's singles was all Australian too, so fantastic stuff, fantastic depth, and great to see the Aussie women performing so strongly this week.
Yeah, something that might have not been talked about yet, which you and I might be able to touch on, is the grass court tennis experience that Australians have. I think that really complements pickleball as a sport. You need a lot of touch to play on grass court. You need a lot of feel. And most Australians growing up here have had a lot of experience on grass court. So I think that's one way that a lot of us can stand out in terms of our feel and control, especially when using different types of spin.
Yeah, of course, and I think, as you know, Vuk, that's a great shot of the middle from
Phenomenal
Danny.
shot by Danny. The Aussie girls looking good here. Up 4-1. Can't say I saw this coming in the second set.
Well, they ended that first game real strongly, so they've carried it on, and it's been difficult to win a point early here on serve, but the Aussie girls have been the ones to pull away.
Looks like they've settled. They feel more comfortable than that, right on top of that kitchen line. Now the Americans are backing up.
It's a good spot from Alex.
Tough speed up. Again, a little bit slower, almost as if Amelia got caught out by the fact that it was slower rather than faster than she expected.
1-4-1.
Just phenomenal hands from Jessie Irving there with that pickup. Tough.
And that's just great composure from the Americans getting up to the kitchen line there. Left the third a little high. I think maybe the fifth too, but no stress. Trust the hands. Let's get up and work our way in.
And during the dink battle, that extra spin from Alex is what caused the pop-up and what sets the point up. So really these points being won with that initial dink that puts the opponent under pressure, causing the pop-up, not the put-away. We can all do a put-away. The real difference is getting that put-away.
All right, so Danny's fired up here. We got 4-2-1.
And that was a great result. I mean, only allowing 1 point to slip there is great. Had they not allowed any points to slip, that's a real statement. But this is great. 4-2 up on serve. What can the Aussies do? Lucky lead tape. I think they'll take that.
We will take that. He must have clipped Alex's paddle. Again, just going for that third shot drive. You know, it's been a deliberate change, and
she's apologizing, but I think she must be pretty happy about that. Yeah, again, Danny going for the drive as well. Seems like the strategy. So far, it's working in the second set.
5-2-2.
Wow.
Side out.
and the velocity on Alex's counters is incredibly impressive.
We haven't seen much of Jessie countering, so I think that might be the strategy for the girls eventually, is to just test Jessie a little bit. Might be enough, just the fact that she hasn't seen that many. Wow. I think the theme of the match has been, if the ball is fast towards Alex, you are in trouble.
I think so too, and it'd be interesting to see if the Australian girls stay with the same strategy here. It's been a lot of Danny looking to control the kitchen and then looking to attack Alex. It's not really working at the moment.
Great deep ball there. You know, the Aussies are doing a very, very good job of putting Jessie and Alex in tough positions as they come up. And we haven't seen either Jessie or Alex make many mistakes, even when completely out of position and off balance.
Commentator's curse, I love it. I think one thing the Aussie girls could think about is maybe putting Danny in front of Jessie. Maybe attacking a different person head on might be a change of strategy here. But they do have the lead here, Vuk. We've got 6-3.
Things are looking good in this second game for the Aussies. Like you mentioned, carrying that momentum of settling in game one, even when down, I think made all the difference for them. If they had just tanked that game away and given up, it would be very tough to see them in the same position in the second set. And just showing their versatility here. They got switched in that point. I don't know if you saw. They weren't in their optimal positions. But it seems that Alex, maybe it's a tactical switch here. Alex is on the left now, but still showing that they're very, very strong, even on opposite sides. The speed up towards Jessie worked that time. I think that will be the new go-to. Not sure how smart the switch was from Jessie and Alex. I wonder what the mentality behind it is. What are they trying to achieve with that?
Looks like they're just not choosing to unwind to stack on return at the moment. But that might be optimal for the Aussie girls. She just gave the ball away, but saying before, it'd be maybe if Danny is attacking Jessie, it's a different look. Looks like Alex is feeling comfortable in that pattern. So,
and we have the Jessie and Alex back in their preferred positions, it seems.
Yeah, she's reading that one well.
Yeah, I think Danny getting a bit forced into speeding up there. I don't think she's very comfortable with that dink out of position, so she's kind of forced to go at Alex, hoping to maybe get something for free, and Alex just not giving it up.
She gave one out, and Danny else pulled it early. Yeah, you did. Pulled out. Second server.
Just deep on the serve there, so we've got 4-7-2.
Second server, it's Alex's serve. 4-7-2.
Okay.
Go, ball back. Here we go, Vuk.
So I think it seems that Danny's speed up to Alex can have success, because that's the first time we've seen Danny counter punch the speed up, as opposed to speed up when the ball is below the net. Maybe it's just a question of being a little bit more patient here. Amelia loving her lead tapes. It's working out. Keep hitting them, Amelia.
Not
That's
sure
one
if
way
she's
to do
aiming
it.
for it, but
That's one way to do it.
you got to take them when they come. It looks like Alex may have done something to her eye here, but no timeout called. Hopefully she's all right. She definitely saw that speed up pretty well. Nailed the counter.
Okay, Aussies did well to stay in the point there. Got away with it. Tough on Amelia there. Danny's getting picked on, seeing the ball a lot. When the change happens to Amelia, she hasn't hit one for a while, so it's difficult to really be switched on there. Did a great job to keep in the point, though, at least. And another one of Jessie's phenomenal smashes cross court. She loves that shot.
She must practice them regularly. 4-9-1 for the Aussie girls, so scoreboard lead.
So I think we're seeing a way bigger difference in attitude from the Aussies here in this later stage of the match. It looks like it's two evenly matched up teams, whereas in the beginning, it looked like they were a little bit intimidated.
Scoreboard helps.
Definitely.
I think that's the main factor here. And they've settled in, the Aussie girls, and they've found a pattern they like. It's interesting that the Americans are looking to play into Danny's backhand corner, but you know, I think the Australians want Danny taking most of the balls at the kitchen line anyway.
Oh, phenomenal Ernie there from Danny to set the attack up. Very good.
It's that lob we talked about, Vuk, but Danny's done an excellent job to keep the girls on the point.
Such a momentum change. This game is so much about momentum. Speaking of which, the Americans looking to break it. Time out.
Jessie Irving and Alex Truon took the first game 11-3. The Australian pairing of Danielle Townsend and Amelia Schmidt here. 10-5-1 in the second.
Just deep.
Oh, I like that speed up.
Danny's had some excellent looks, and I think as mentioned before, this is the way they want to lose points. On their paddle, going for the right shots, going for the win. Another chance to win game 2. There it is.
There it is, the backhand flick. Jessie was in front of her that time and hasn't seen it as much as Alex, so here we are, moving into game 3.
We have the off-court look, so we can probably see some stuff the players can't see as they're playing, but I think we're getting cut off to commercial break, so I guess we'll be back. We'll continue that.
No, I think we're still talking.
We're still talking.
So we'll fill the airtime, no problem at all. You and I can yap all day, but
beautiful. Well, as mentioned in game 3, I think what I would be saying if I was Amelia or Danny is let's speed it up to Jessie. Alex has been dominating them with the speed ups, and they just won game 2 with a speed up to Jessie, so I think that's the play.
I think so, and you know, I think what worked in their advantage there is the American pair of Jessie and Alex didn't unwind the stack on return, which put Jessie in front of Danny. Danny was able to use that backhand flick, get it up high, sort of at Jessie's head, and hasn't seen that since she hasn't played much on that side so far this match, whereas Alex has been on it.
None of the girls taking their full 2 minutes here, rearing to go in game 3, must be all very pumped for this bronze medal.
Well, there's a flight to catch. Who knows, Vuk, but excited to get into it, and stoked we have a game 3 here. This is some high-level ball.
Amelia to start off with. Very convincing start from the US team to get right on serve. So, George, being the biased Australians that we are, we've been talking about how can Danny and Amelia overcome the US team, but they've done a great job to fight back. So what do Alex and Jessie do here to take on the Aussie pair? How do they figure it out?
I think firstly you need Jessie on the left, Alex on the right, which has been the strategy that's been successful for most of the game. I think getting back to that first game, what was working for them was they were just making an extra ball, making the Aussie girls play, and looking to be a little bit more aggressive. They're sort of letting Danny and Amelia initiate the aggression here. Wow, what a point.
So much patience.
What an unreal start to game 3.
So much patience from every player on the court there. Really picking the right time to slow it down and speed it up.
You're just seeing the athleticism of the girls too. Just
0-0-2.
the lateral movement in this game is tough. You know, you see all the pickleball players before their matches warming up, they're doing crab walks with bands. That's what it's about. Great reset there from Alex.
yeah, and a great drop from Danny going in behind Jessie to open up the court early in the point. She started to use that one a little bit more towards the back end of game 2, bringing it out in game 3 as well.
Very tough ball there by Alex.
Yeah, Danny left that one a little bit high. I think she'll want that one back, but
So had a lot of serve
0-0-1.
exchanges here. No conversions yet in our game 3.
oh wow.
Great hands.
Amelia finding a way out of trouble there twice in that point.
Yeah,
Just scrappy, that extra ball, Vuk. It's been what it's about all match.
George, we seem to have a stalemate here. No point conversions yet. And as I'm saying this, the Americans have just made it up looking for their first one, and there it is.
There we go.
1-0.
Backhand counter of Alex is so strong.
We haven't seen Amelia or Danny drive the ball yet on their serve. And I think it's because they're more comfortable at the kitchen line now. They're happy to do that third shot and get in rather than trying to power and barge their way in.
Bronze medal match now coming to court 4. Fallon and Joseph, Pei San and Judy Kane, please. Tanya, please.
Great speed up from Jessie there.
Yeah, caught Amelia totally off guard. Bit of a back foot, open stance, backhand, speed up.
It's tough to be Amelia in that situation. She's not seeing the ball at all. Jessie, unlike Danny, is not changing direction at all. Danny does give Alex a couple of balls here and there. Amelia is the coldest one on court. Does a great job to pressure Alex there to set Danny up. Jessie in trouble. It's tough to deal with that slow ball when you think the fast one's coming.
0-2. Sorry. I don't know where I come. Again. 0-2-1.
Try to make their way up. I think they're going to go back to giving the drive a crack. Let's see if they try it out here.
Yeah, we'll see if they switch here, Vuk. American girls are returning very well, very deep. They left that third high there, the Aussie girls, but found a way to dig into the point. There we go. There's a point on the ball for the Aussie girls. And driving that third, really just with the intent of setting up, hopefully, an easier fifth ball. Been very impressed with Jessie's return of serve all weekend. So deep, so heavy.
Oof. Danny getting a little bit lucky to whiff that one. I think they're pretty happy with that.
Perhaps you saw on screen there, folks at home, Janny just gave me a cheeky grin after avoiding that ball. They've got themselves a lead here, the Aussie girls.
I dare to say that's the first free point that the US girls have given up, and what a time for it. Brings the Aussie girls into the lead here.
You know, Vuk, it's interesting. I was just about to say the body language of the Aussie girls looks a bit better than the American girls, but Alex with a timely come on, letting them know they're still here.
I think this game, how much it's about low margins, a lot of times it's about who wants it more, and I can't see anyone being hungrier than the Aussies, letting out a big roar after that speed up. Wow, really cementing that, showing them, hey, we want it.
This is great to watch, isn't it? All court pickleball.
Phenomenal speed up there. Alex sitting on that backhand that she loves, so maybe that is the trick to going at Alex. You've got to find her forehand if you want to stay alive.
I think she's hit. There was a point in that match where she probably hit 8 backhand counters in a row, and Danny's made the adjustment. She's finding that forehand side. Success twice early in this third game.
Not liking her forehand side as much.
And that's one Alex would want back. The Aussie girls will take that, though. 4-2-1 here.
Tough point. You know, what we haven't seen a lot in this game is a team staying back the whole time. The girls are doing a great job on both ends, making it all the way up to that kitchen line, which, you know, begs to ask the question, how much does it matter if you're serving or returning this match? It's almost as if the usual routine of being the returning team and having that advantage isn't as noticeable in a match where you always make it up to the kitchen line.
Yeah, we're being treated to a lot of very good kitchen points here. No adjustment in strategy from the American girls at this stage. Still really want to play the point through Townsend.
And the Aussie girls in the second and third set have just shown that they can hang in these long rallies. I think that's been a real difference maker. Alex finding that backhand again.
She's fired up. Trying to listen into the little team talk there from Amelia to Danny. I didn't quite make out what she said.
Yeah, Aussie's taking a little bit of a longer time to pass that ball back to have a chat about the strategy here. How good is that? Right to the body. Not much you can do with that.
It's a really tough one.
Amelia did great to make it back in the... Holding on to that strategy of picking on Danny, picking on the left side player. And if anything, they're speeding up more than the Aussies now. Whereas before, the Aussies, the first sniff they got, they took. The Americans are tending to be the ones, just like there, to bring the game to the Aussies. And great shot by Alex.
There's been so many points won off that Alex Truon backhand swinging volley, 2 hands.
Look, if I ever come up against her, I'm not letting her hit a backhand.
I'm going nowhere near it either.
Yeah, tough. I do prefer the speed up to Jessie, but they have won a lot of free points of Alex's forehand. I think that's what Danny needs to look for.
Bit of indecision, and you really feel like the momentum now has swung to the American girls as they do.
Look, I think I would hope that he had something else to say, just because that is the obvious advice that the girls probably would have figured out by now.
I'm looking forward to talking to him after the match and see what it was. There you go, Danny.
Hey, the momentum hasn't. The side has changed. The tables have turned. Let's see if they can get back on serve after this point.
Yeah, let's hope for a great high level to finish this game 3. It's been a great match so far.
Great patience, great finesse. Yeah, the way I see it at the moment, George, I believe that as the US girls were down, Jessie and Alex stepped up, they got pumped, and now we're seeing the same thing from the Aussies. I think this is a game of tug of war, and as one side pulls a little bit, the other side pulls right back. Let's see if on this point here, the Aussies can equalize. Right to the body.
The American girls got on top of that kitchen rally. Ball was left a little high to Alex. Took advantage of it. American girls have the ball back now, 6-4-1.
Crucial for Amelia and Danny to stop Jessie and Alex from getting a couple of points here. It's a great first point there to pull Jessie out of position. Jessie's done a really good job off balance and out of position to make those most of the time, but maybe in this game 3 it's a little bit more pressure. Phenomenal point there. Great patience, great job to move the ball around and to hold off Jessie and Alex from scoring more.
I think we're starting to see the home crowd get involved a little bit too. There's a few new faces in the Australian pickleball community who are yelling, who've just come to the court.
It's a great opportunity for Danny and Amelia here to equalize and really set the tone that they are going to be competitive in this game 3. Danny looking at the ground there, looks like another tough bounce. Not ideal in this situation. Wow. Jessie ready for that one.
It's turned into a battle of just pure grit at the kitchen line here. Neither team giving an inch. Danny chasing a ball there to speed up that, you know, it's probably not there to attack against opposition of this quality. I think it's going to be about which team can hang in at the kitchen line now, treat every ball on its merit, make good decisions.
Yeah, but it's very tough as well. It's, you know, as they're in these dink battles, it's very difficult to keep the ball low. And after doing 50 of those, as we've seen in these rallies, we should get a counter up to see how many they're hitting. But when you get that little bit of a higher ball, it's very difficult to resist the temptation to go for it.
Yep.
They're doing such a good job of keeping it low that they're not getting many of them. Oh, ready for that one. Again, going to the Alex forehand. While it may be deadly, nowhere near as deadly as the backhand.
Yeah, Alex is looking for that one out of the air. Probably the wrong spot there on Danny.
Tough break with the tape.
Slightly unlucky there.
Jesse and Alex take a commanding lead, 8-4.
It's 8-4 and the Aussie girls, they only have one timeout remaining. Choosing not to use it here.
Uncharacteristic miss there from Jesse.
She played a lot of pickleball this weekend, a lot of pickleball today, had a tough 5-game loss in the mixed final earlier. On to her 8th game of the day.
Not liking that spot, Danny. That bounce is really bothering her.
I think that one bounced okay, to be honest with you. It looks like they're going to change sides here.
Wow. Went for the dive. Oh, and a push-up to get back up, showing she's ready.
This match is such a treat to watch. I mean, some of these points, the last 5 minutes, such a high level.
And so physical. You see them lunging out to every single ball.
Each girl's breathing quite heavy late into game 3 here.
8-4-1.
Jan, please, if you're available, Jan. Ella and Chris, Amy and David coming up on show court 2 for the gold medal match.
Wow. George, phenomenal catch there to end the point. What a point.
That's the point of the weekend. Great to be courtside for it, but as we get back into the game, we've got the American girls serving at 9-4. It looks like it's 9-4-1. That was a timeout called by the Americans. The Aussies have 1 left.
Time back in. 9-4-1.
Tough speed up.
We've got our first match point here on the paddle of Alex Truon.
10-4-1.
Wow. One of those points where you do everything right, you pull off the most amazing shots, and the easy one gets away from you. I've been there.
Yeah.
10-4-2.
Deep breath from Alex. She's ready to go again.
Wow.
What is going on?
Wow. Oh. Not the fairy tale ending we were hoping for the Australians, but what a battle at the end.
What a match point. Big smiles on all the girls' faces.
Amazing match overall, and they're hugging it out. Beautiful display of respect.
Phenomenal pickleball there, and I think credit to the Australian girls, took it to a very high-level U.S. team here, and absolute privilege to sit alongside Yvuk and watch that one.
Likewise,